Alright TM Nation, today we're going to take a look at the Cleer Audio Arc 2 True Wireless Earbuds, and this is going to be a good pair for people who have trouble keeping earbuds in their ears during workouts because the design is open, meaning they sit on top of your ears rather than going directly into them. Besides the sports design, these feature 16.3mm drivers in each earbud for a dynamic sound stage, up to 8 hours of use on a charge, dual beamforming mics for that crispy call quality, Bluetooth 5.3 with multi-point connectivity, and compatibility with the Cleer Plus app as well. As far as what you'll get inside of the box, it's pretty straightforward. You get your user manual and other documentation, a USB Type-C cable to charge the case, and of course you'll get the case and the earbuds. First, taking a look at the design of the case, it does have a cloth finish all around it, which does feel nice in the hands, and there really isn't too much going on the outside of the case besides your Cleer branding on the top and your USB Type-C charging port in the back. It is on the larger side overall because the earbuds take up quite a bit of space, but one cool feature that it has is a built-in UV light that will sterilize the earbuds when you put them in to kill bacteria while charging them. As you can see, for a moment when you put the earbuds in, a blue light will turn on, and this is a pretty cool feature in my opinion. For battery life, the case will give you about 27 hours of use after the earbuds go dead, and on a single charge with them, you can get up to 8. I do want to mention that they do feature quick charging, so if you find yourself in a crunch, 10 minutes in the case will give you about an hour worth of use. As far as the earbuds go, this is not my preferred style because I do typically go for earbuds that go down into my ears to at least provide a decent level of passive noise cancellation if they don't feature active noise canceling. These being open styled earbuds, like I said earlier, they're naturally gonna let in a substantial amount of your environmental noise, which is okay if that's what you're looking for. But I have been able to wear them for several hours at a time without any ear fatigue or discomfort because they simply sit on top of my ears and they're relatively lightweight too. For exercise, they stayed in place pretty much no matter what exercise I was doing. It didn't matter if I was walking around the neighborhood, jumping rope, on the elliptical, or jogging on the treadmill. In my experience, the ear hooks do keep them planted well, so if earbud sliding around is an issue for you, these should do fine in that department. You do also have your playback controls with these, which are going to be executed by touch, or you have the option to execute many functions via gestures. The gesture control feature is something that you can turn on or off inside of the Cleer Plus app, and basically what it allows you to do is shake or nod your head to track forward and track back, but you can also hang up calls and pick them up as well, which really helps if you're working out and you don't have your phone in your hand. But outside of the gesture controls, you do have full playback controls via touch, so you can control your tracks, your volume, your calls, and your voice assistant. The earbuds are also IPX5 water resistant, so splashes of water and sweat will not harm them, but you don't want to submerge them into any liquids. For Bluetooth connection, these do use 5.3, and they also support dual connect, so you can use one earbud and keep the other in the case if you'd like to. So far, I haven't had any issues with any noticeable latency watching YouTube videos on my Galaxy Z Fold 4 or my iPhone 14 Pro, but they may not be the best choice for a hardcore mobile gamer as they don't have a built-in low latency mode. But I do want to mention that they do support multi-point connectivity, and you do get access to the AAC, SBC, aptX adaptive, and aptX lossless codecs. Now moving on and taking a closer look at the Cleer app, it has worked well for me so far, and it does have the basics along with a few extras. Inside of it, you can see the charge left on each individual earbud. There is a space for the case's charging status too, but so far it has not been working for me. I'm not sure if this is a widespread issue. I did update the firmware, but that didn't change anything as it still does not populate, so hopefully this is addressed in a future firmware update. But besides that, you can see the amount of steps that you've taken, access pre-built EQs or create your own, access adaptive call quality and win noise canceling settings, adjust your touch controls, and update the firmware when applicable. Touching on the sound quality that these provide, I will say that having the app to change the sound signature is nice. Now, like I've said a few times, the open design is not my favorite because it typically lets in more environmental noise than I like. But after I played with the EQ on these a bit, I was able to achieve a sound that I was able to live with. I set mine to be more heavy on the highs and the bass, with the mids dialed back just a bit, and that's exactly the sound that comes through the buds. Now, I definitely would not say that they're audiophile grade, guys, and that would be an unrealistic expectation of this style of earbud, but I have used them to listen to podcasts, music of course, movies and YouTube videos, and they did fine for me in all of those areas. Wearing them, I'm usually able to hear a good amount of detail in what I'm listening to, and these do provide a nice bass response, something that I typically don't get with open earbuds. And as far as output, they do get more than loud enough for my personal liking, but they can start to get a little bit muddy if you crank them up above 80%. So I'd say if you want to get the best sound quality out of these, you keep them at about 75% of the max volume. As far as call quality goes, I have been impressed with the way that these seem to focus on my speech while rejecting some of the noise going on around me, but I did take samples for you guys just so that you can judge for yourselves. Let's check them out. Alright guys, as you can see, I have the earbuds paired to my iPhone 15 Pro, and the audio that you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones on them. I'm not going to do any type of editing to this sample, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how these will perform in a relatively quiet environment. And here is the background noise test, still using the iPhone 15 Pro, and I'm not going to do any editing to this sample either, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how well the microphones on these earbuds can focus on your speech while rejecting some of that ambient noise. And what I'll do is go ahead and be quiet for just a moment so that you guys have a better idea of how loud it is. And I'll go ahead and start talking again. So again, this is the background noise test. So of course, we're gonna have to talk about the price with these earbuds. Cleer typically is not the cheapest out there from the products that I've tested in the past, but in my experience, their products are well made and really withstand some wear and tear. The Arc Studio 2s retail for $169.99, and although they aren't my style of earbud, like I've said, they do provide a nice fit, good battery life, the antibacterial technology, good call quality, and respectable sound quality, and a case that you can throw in your gym bag and not have to worry about for a few weeks depending on how often you go. So with all of that being said, these are definitely the most complete pair of open earbuds that I have tried out so far. So if you're in the market for a well-rounded pair, I definitely think you should give these a shot. Before you get on out of here, if you rock with the channel and your boy Tech Mo, hit that subscribe button and knock that notification bell out so you won't miss any of my uploads. Welcome to TM Nation. Peace.